Good evening and welcome to Big Z Sports presentation of high school softball. Tonight in this IVC matchup, the Tuscarawas Central Catholic Saints host the Buckeye Trail Warriors. Tonight's game is presented by the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency and Altman Hospital. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Wood Electric, Advancing Athletics, PAC Drilling, the Commercial and Savings Banks, W&M Commercial Roofing, Country Club Retirement Campus, Kent State Tuscarawas, and McInturf Realty. Now let's head to the field with Big Z Sports.
Welcome to New Philadelphia and Tuscarawas Central Catholic Junior and Senior High School for some softball action featuring the Saints hosting the Warriors of Buckeye Trail. Good evening, everyone. Nick McWilliams, Adam Soweski, and the Claxon Communications crew bringing you this live stream of some high school softball action. And Adam, you know, it's really funny. We've had a lot of games with a lot of wind and a lot of cold. A lot nicer day out, but we're indoors.
I was going to say, it may sound like we're sitting in a closet, but we are in the furthest thing from a closet.
No.
This press box they've added here at Central Catholic High School, unbelievable. It's a beautiful building. It's got one of the only places in the state that I believe has locker rooms for the softball teams. The home, obviously, there's a home locker room and a visitor locker room. So just a beautiful addition here to the Central Catholic softball field.
Yeah, and that's what we should point out. That is exclusive for the softball team, which is great stuff to see. T.C.C. always supporting their athletics, and you know, they've got reason to be excited coming into this matchup when they're going to be taking on the Buckeye Trail Warriors. Of course, last year, T.C.C. having a lot of success against Buckeye Trail. They could pick up a real nice win here at home and set up some momentum.
Yeah, absolutely, because, I mean, the road, obviously, as we know, the IVC is a very daunting task to get through an entire season of it. They actually are going to be playing Strasburg tomorrow, so no taller task than the Tigers await for the Saints. So, yeah, absolutely, you know, they want to come out and kind of get the ball rolling for this week and get to play this game tonight at home against Buckeye Trail, and hopefully, you know, for the Saints that everything can kind of, you know, go the way that they would like to see it.
And I'm interested on your take from this, from your coaching experience. You know this team, I mean, they might tell you otherwise in that dugout, but they're very well aware that the Strasburg Tigers are coming up tomorrow. So how do you kind of keep your team prepared and focused on the task at hand? You know, this is a matchup that if we did odds or anything, I would say T.C.C. is favored. Be that as it may, though, you know, sometimes whenever you're looking a little bit too far ahead, you can all of a sudden make some really big mistakes and cost yourself a game.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is, I think if I was in that situation, I think I'd be telling my girls, look, everybody's kind of in the same boat right now. Everybody's only gotten a couple games under their belt due to the weather. Everybody is growing. Everybody is learning. People are making changes to their lineups, to the fielders. Each team is looking to get better. So it's a little too early in the season to look past any opponent. But with the Tigers looming large coming tomorrow, this is an opportunity for the Saints to really work on defining the things that they do on the field, more so because you can't make those errors against a team like the Strasburg Tigers.
No, you cannot. But speaking of lineup changes, I'm happy you mentioned that. Going to be some lineup changes for both these teams. T.C.C. going to have a few names back in their lineup that we have not had a chance to see yet this year. As for Buckeye Trail, last time we saw them, they started Gwen McElwain, the sophomore, on the mound, and she was relieved by Abby Hoover, the senior, later in the game. Well, Hoover's getting the start tonight, so going to be a little bit different pitching matchup now with the Warriors going against the Saints.
Yeah, you know, and I see that Hoover's a lefty, so that, you know, that tends to mean there's a little bit more movement on her pitch. Obviously, I haven't seen her throw, but lefties are prone to have a little bit more movement on their ball, and I'm sure that that's what she's going to thrive on. So, you know, it's a beautiful night, like you said. I as beautiful as this place is, this is one of those nights. It wouldn't be a bad thing to be outside. We might have to open these windows that are in front of us.
We'll see how loud the speakers are. That's the question.
Yeah, as of right now, the music's blaring, so we figured we would do the right thing and keep it quiet. But, yeah, once this game gets going, we might have to open this thing up.
Definitely. Well, that's going to go ahead and bring us to our end of our first segment of the Wood Electric pregame show. Don't go anywhere. We will be back to the PAC Drilling mobile studios coming up after this when we talk with both head coaches. First is going to be Devaney Rowe for the Buckeye Trail Warriors after this. Welcome back to the Wood Electric pregame show. Now along the baselines with the coach. It's brought to you by the Commercial and Savings Bank. For the Buckeye Trail Warriors, it's head coach Devaney Rowe. And Coach, we saw you guys against the Conotton Valley Rockets. Not quite the game I'm sure you guys would have wanted to have, but how are you feeling now coming into this matchup with T.C.C.?
No, I was pretty happy with our girls for the first 4 innings or so. It was 2-0, 2-2 for a while, and then they just got us timed up. The last couple innings that we just couldn't match hit for hit there. So I was pretty happy with the way we started, just not the way that we ended the Conotton Valley game. But tonight we're feeling pretty good. The weather feels nice out here. It's not as cold as it has been these last few games, but we got more games under our belt now, and I think we're ready to play.
And Coach, I'm kind of happy you mentioned about the first few innings with you guys. Seemed like you had some pretty solid starting pitching going into that contest too.
Yeah, we were pretty happy with where our pitcher was placing the ball and the calls that we were getting, so I was pretty pleased that we hung with them as long as we did, because we know how good their pitcher was going in. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I'm ready to see them again as well.
And Coach, coming into this matchup with T.C.C., I think you guys played them a couple times last year, so tell me what you might know about this Saints squad coming into this.
Well, last year, the first time we played them, it did not end well for us, but then when they came to our place, we went 11 innings, and we ended up losing by one run that game. So I hope that that's how we start this, competing well with them the way that we ended last year. Again, it's going to be a matter of being able to hit in the box when we're in there.
And since the last time we saw you guys, you mentioned about a couple more games under your belt. What have you guys been working on the most? What have you been focusing on the most to try to pick up a good win here against T.C.C.?
We picked up a win against Shenandoah a few games ago, and that was with getting on base. We had a few walks and some strategic base running and some good base running by our seniors, and I'm hoping that if we can get on base, we can move our way around into scoring position like we did that evening against Shenandoah. But we just got to get our bats rolling.
Perfect, Coach. Well, thank you so much for your time, and good luck to the Warriors.
Thank you.
That was head coach for the Buckeye Trail Warriors, Devaney Rowe, live on the Wood Electric pregame show. Don't go anywhere. It's head coach for T.C.C, Justin Caldwell, after this.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in Sugar Creek, Strasburg, and downtown New Philadelphia, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck.
When struggles seem too tough, when sickness takes a hold, when cancer picks a fight, when baby's on its way, when life throws you a curveball, we've got you. With nearly 130 years in your backyard, Altman knows you and knows your community better than anyone. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family, and we want you to be the healthiest you can be. Altman, we are ready. We've got you.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
Welcome back to the Wood Electric pregame show. Now along the base pass with the coach, brought to you by the Commercial and Savings Banks. It's head coach for the T.C.C. Saints, Justin Caldwell. And Coach, we've obviously seen you guys already this year. A tight one you had in Garaway on our first broadcast we had. How do you feel your team's been doing since then after a few games?
I'll tell you what, to be honest, we've struggled. I mean, we're hoping to be somewhat healthy today. We've got a couple seniors back that were out. We total 3 seniors were out. We got 2 back. today. Haven't got any practice in, so they're just coming off raw, but I'm feeling good about today. We got to get a win here and get back on track, so that's the game plan.
Now, you mentioned having the seniors back. How big is that leadership in your dugout, even though they might not be necessarily in game form yet since they've been out for a while, but how much can that help you guys out there in the dugout?
It's huge. I mean, with having 8 seniors leading this team, and they're athletes. I mean, they're studs. I can't say enough about them. And, when you lose on small school, you lose a player, a key player, just 1, 2, and then you add 3. It's huge. I mean, it really hurts you. But we're coming back strong today. We're going to hope to take Buckeye Trail down here, get our first win under our belt. We kicked off the season with 2 solid scrimmages, but we had our full lineup. So it was a big difference. But going in tonight, we hope to get a win and get back on track.
Now, Coach, something we kind of noticed when we had you guys before with the Garaway T.C.C. game, you had some opportunities out there on the base paths, couldn't quite take advantage of them. So how have you been working on trying to capitalize on those moments?
Well, we spent a few days in the gym because of the weather, and weather plays a huge. I mean, that game was just, that was a rough. A lot of wind, weather was terrible. Then we come back here and play them again. The weather was worse, so that's tough. But we spent a few days in the gym due to the weather, and all we did was hit. So we're hoping the bats come alive here for us. We got some solid hitters, big hitters, solid lineup. So we're hoping to let that play out today.
And Coach, we've actually seen this Buckeye Trail squad play. We saw them against Conotton Valley. They ultimately lost 10-0. What do you guys know about Buckeye Trail coming into this game?
Well, we going off of last year. We dominated them. I mean, we hope, like I say, if our bats come alive today, I put us up against anybody in this league. We've got some very strong bats, very solid defense, and some good quality pitching. So if we bring it all together today, I think you'll see a show.
Well, good stuff, Coach. Thank you so much, and good luck to the Saints.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
That was head coach for the T.C.C. Saints, Justin Caldwell, live in the Wood Electric pregame show. Of course, your trips along the base paths brought to you by the Commercial and Savings Bank. Coming up, we have your starting lineups and first pitch from New Philadelphia.
Planning your next vacation or home improvement project and worried about managing expenses? CSB can help with that. Setting a goal is the first step to achieving your vision, and CSB's Money Manager tool helps you get started. Whether you are recovering from Christmas spending or preparing to send kids to college, the Personal Financial Management tool helps you set goals, track your spending, and monitor your progress. Money Manager is available within CSB's online banking. Check it out today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Dr. Michele Iona. At Advancing Athletics, our Fuel, Move, Recover philosophy can help anyone be their best. Here's what thriving looks like.
I'm an FMR athlete. I'm an FMR athlete.
I'm an FMR athlete.
From high school to aging well, no one will take care of you and your kids better than us.
T.C.C. junior and senior high school. I got to stop trying to say that because I keep messing it up, Adam.
Yeah.
Back into the Wood Electric pregame show. Of course, a big thank you to both head coaches for Buckeye Trail, Devaney Rowe, and for T.C.C. Justin Caldwell. Always appreciate their time, appreciate their input. I think Coach Caldwell was a lot happier this time, Adam, being able to do that interview outside the dugout, and the fact that he could have a short sleeve shirt on this time around.
And the fact that anybody watching could actually make out what he was saying.
As opposed to the wind.
The typhoon that was hitting last week.
Well, I think we have bad luck or something, because it was all bright and sunny all day. Well, now the clouds are starting to set in. We were just talking about how nice it was.
Well, it's still nice. It's going to be, I think there's some weather that's way north of us, so we probably will get some clouds. I'll take clouds and warm every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, of course, it is already 5 o'clock, but both teams still kind of doing their warm-ups and stuff, so we're a little delayed on our first pitch, but no harm, no foul, no worries. They are going to get this game underway here shortly. Saints versus the Warriors, and Adam, interested on your take. Last time we saw these Saints, it was in a 3-1 loss to the Garaway Pirates. A little bit different contest they had the next time around. That was a crazy score, 16-14 or something along those lines, and the T.C.C., I think they're, in a lot of ways, even though they got some senior leadership on this team, they're still kind of looking to find themselves given what the injury bug has done to them to start the year.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some new pieces and parts that they're trying to work through, and I mentioned this before that every team's still trying to find pieces and parts. I know that just speaking out of what I see every time New Philadelphia plays, as I'm around that team. There's every year you have new pieces, new parts, new faces, because every year there's seniors that graduate and there's freshmen that are coming in. So every coach is always trying to find what's going to fit best, what's going to gel right with this particular group of girls that's going to give them the best chance of winning. And the Saints fall right into that. They have some new faces. They've obviously had to deal with the injury bug. They dealt with the sick bug last week. Good to see Maddie Farrell's back out there. She's a senior. I'm sure that was nobody can control when you're sick. So I'm sure she was happy to be well and be able to play tonight, especially being a home game.
And on the other side of the coin for Buckeye Trail, we know, as we had mentioned already in the pregame, they lost to Conotton Valley 10-0. We had that game on our live stream. They came back and ended up picking up a win against, I think Coach Rose said it was Shenandoah. So, a little bit more momentum for them. Good to see for the Warriors after struggling a lot against the Rockets.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. The Rockets, they're a very good softball team. They're going to be a tough team to beat for anybody. As we've always said about the Strasburg Tigers, there's just teams in the IVC. You're going to have to bring your best effort. So with that being said, Buckeye Trail goes to Conotton Valley. Yes, it didn't go exactly the way they wanted it to, but they did what every good team is going to do. They bounced back. They got a win. And, Coach Robe was saying that she was happy with the team, the way the team did bounce back, and she's seeing those positive things, entering tonight's game. So, this will be nice for you. Obviously, I've seen the Saints. This will be the second time. This will be the second time that you're going to see both of these teams. So you'll be able to probably weigh in a little bit more as to what the Warriors are doing maybe a little bit differently tonight than what you saw out of Bowerston last week.
Absolutely, and I'm happy you mentioned about, bouncing back and everything, because what's that old adage go? The bad times don't last for those who keep trying, or something along that. Maybe I just came up with that. I don't know.
It sounded good, though.
Yeah, sure. That sounds way more philosophical than I actually am. But I do have to give a little promo, too. If you want to dual stream games tonight, we've got you covered. Another IVC matchup we got going on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, and that could be a dandy out there on the hill in Sugar Creek. The Indian Valley Braves, they travel out there to take on the Garaway Pirates. Two good teams there from the IVC as well. Like I said, the IVC, it's stacked. There's a lot of good teams in the IVC. That's why, obviously we don't normally release a schedule, but if you keep tabs at home, a lot of our games this year are going to be in the Inter-Valley Conference.
They are, and that's just, the crazy thing about it, too. Solid pitching, solid defense, solid offense. It's kind of got it all, but everybody has their own little intricacies. Every one of these teams is a little bit stronger in certain areas than others, so it's always fun to see how those match up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like tonight. You said that, you've already seen that change for what the Warriors are doing, at least how they approached the Conotton Valley Rockets last week. They went with a different pitcher. They went with a freshman last week. Well, now they're giving the senior the ball, and like I said, I did see her warming up. She is a lefty. So, ultimately, both teams, when they start tonight's game, they want to limit their errors, and they want to utilize as many opportunities to score as they get throughout this game.
Well, the Saints are leaving the field, so now it's going to be time for the starting lineups and the national anthem here. Don't go anywhere. Big Z Sports is back to wrap up the Wood Electric pregame show after this.
Is your commercial roof leaking and causing damage, but you can't afford to fully replace your roof? WM Commercial Roofing believes in finding solutions that will work best to fit both your budget and your needs. We customize repair and maintenance plans that will fix your roof leaks and extend the life of your roof so that you can have peace of mind. WM Commercial Roofing. Commercial roofing you can trust. Check us out at WMCommercialRoofing.com or call 330-275-0088. That's 330-275-0088.
Country Club Rehabilitation Campus is a full continuum care facility located in Dover, Ohio. Their campus offers independent and assisted living apartments and suites, skilled nursing, 7 days a week rehabilitation, respiratory care, and long-term care. The Country Club campus provides excellent personalized treatment plans that meet or exceed their residents' outcomes and goals. If you are looking for a place to call home or just need short-term assistance, contact Country Club Rehabilitation Campus at Dover, 330-343-5568.
Powered by Purpose at Kent State University, Tuscarawas. Kent State Tusk offers over 30 bachelor's and associate degrees. We have over a dozen athletic programs, including basketball and volleyball. Student life is diverse with over 20 extracurricular student clubs. Our nursing and technology programs are some of the most sought after in the area. Staying local is the most cost-effective way of obtaining your degree. Define your own success. Powered by Purpose at Kent State University, Tuscarawas.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. The past 30 years, the residents in and around the Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff of McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of those communities, there is nothing better than high school sports. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty, 330-364-SOLD, or find us online at McInturfRealty.net.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Kime, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Kime Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
TMK, service with a personal touch. We're your local guys for all your propane needs. You can count on us. We take pride in what we do and in serving you. TMK is a name you trust. All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop in to the Niedenthal facility on North Wooster Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
Back to T.C.C, where we are going to see the Saints take on the Warriors of Buckeye Trail coming up here shortly. Big shout out to Wood Electric, of course, bringing you your entire pregame show. And, of course, we're joining you from the PAC Drilling mobile studio. And Adam is both the coaches now meeting out on at the home plate. I'll get that out eventually. At home plate, just kind of discussing their lineup cards, of course, talking with the umpires. What do you see as going to be the major difference here in this game that's going to be the difference maker to pick up, for one of these teams to pick up a victory?
I'd say the biggest difference is going to be who can limit their mistakes. I mean, every game that I've ever watched or seen, it always comes down to who makes the least amount of errors, because unfortunately errors usually end up being runs for your opposition. So I would say whoever has the cleanest game tonight will likely be on top.
We'll go ahead and now transition into our WM Commercial Roofing starting lineups. And Adam, I will go ahead and take the visiting Buckeye Trail Warriors. Number 7, the shortstop in the one spot, it's Emma Smith. Then the catcher, number 13, Aurora Metz, she'll bat second. Number 24, the right fielder, Kylie Barnhart, she bats third. Number 17, the first baseman, Morgan Watson, she's in the power spot. Then it's left fielder, Taylor Bardot, who's number 18. Third baseman, number 10, Caden Starr, she bats sixth. The pitcher, number 2, Abby Hoover, she'll bat seventh. Then in the 8 hole, it's Andalyn Lowry. She's the second baseman, wears number 14. And rounding it out, number 4, Samantha Jackson, the center fielder.
And for your TCC Saints, number 3, senior Reese Triplett, she'll be playing center field leading off tonight. Number 1, Jordan Caldwell, she'll be playing shortstop. Number 10, Megan Peltz, playing third base. Number 42, Maddie Farrell, playing first base. Number 36, Delaney Savage, she'll be the catcher. Number 6, Michaela Plant, she'll be playing second base. Number 23, Cassidy Green, she'll be the designated player. And, number 9, Maria Miser, she'll be playing left field. Number 15, Ellen Norris, she'll be the right fielder. And number 27, Stella Everett, will be pitching, but Stella will not be batting tonight.
No, that's it's always interesting because when we started doing our softball broadcast, Adam, I was not that familiar with softball, so for anyone who maybe is new to this, explain the designated player and the pitcher situation.
Well, what it is those two players are actually linked. They can intertwine as much as they would like. You can change those back and forth. So Stella actually could at any time go into the lineup as the hitter. after talking to her dad actually before the game. I don't really see that being the case, though, because she actually suffered a broken finger towards the end of her basketball season. And she was kind of even questionable going into that opener that we did out at Garraway, whether she would be able to do what she could do. And then with the news of their other pitcher not being available, Stella stepped up with a broken finger and said, I'll throw the ball. And she threw it well.
Some true grit, maybe.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. I didn't ever actually know that until we went in, and I was thankful when you actually explained it to me, because naturally coming from the baseball background, just used to the designated hitter.
Well, and that's what, actually we just had this conversation last week when I was keeping book at a Philly game. I always got confused which one meant which. The easiest way to remember it is the DP, the designated player, is basically the designated hitter. The flex is the person that's not batting, but you can flex them into the lineup whenever you would choose to.
Are you following yet, or are you confused yet out there?
This is one of those instances I could probably use a chalkboard.
You're going to have the red lines and the corkboard of the conspiracy theories. Well, it is time now to get underway with our broadcast today, brought to you by the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency and Altman Hospital. Starting things off for Buckeye Trail, it's Emma Smith, the shortstop, as she will step in against Stella Everett, the pitcher for T.C.C. Stella had a very nice game against Garraway in our first one that we got to see. Got a couple fortunate hits for Garraway that ultimately got them the victory. So we'll see how Everett starts off this game as ball number 1 goes high.
Yeah, Stella looking to work. Obviously last week she moved the ball around very, very well. I'm expecting about the same type of outing tonight.
Wind going straight out to center here, so we'll see how the ball wants to carry whenever it's put into play. Everett's next delivery is going to go and run low, probably inside by a good margin as well, so Smith's ahead 2-0.
Yeah, if you're the Warriors, this is exactly what you want to do. Have the leadoff hitter way ahead in the count. Now she can look for her pitch.
The 2-0. That one is going to go low as well. So now a 3-0 count to start. Everett does not want to put the first runner on that easy.
No, it looks like Blue's not really giving the inner part of the plate, because it looked like those pitches were catching the corner, but in his zone it wasn't.
And that one, ball number 4, that was actually in the dirt that time. So a early base runner here, 4-pitch walk. Emma Smith is on for the Warriors. Now coming up will be the catcher, Aurora Metz, for the Warriors. Metz, Adam, as we mentioned, a little bit of lineup changes for Buckeye Trail. The last time we saw him against Conotton Valley, she batted in the 5-hole. She's now up to 2. We'll see if she'll think to round a bunt, and sure enough, she will. Pops it straight up in the air. Coming in quickly is Delaney Savage, and makes the play, throws on to first, and gets the out. Doubles up Smith. The Lady Savage heads up play from behind the plate.
Yeah, for the Warriors coaching staff, there's one situation that can completely be the one thing you don't want to see happen. It just happened, because you get your leadoff runner on, no outs. You want to just lay that bunt down to move the runner into scoring position. All it has to do is get on the ground, and unfortunately for them, it went up in the air, and they got doubled up.
Coach Caldwell with Savage and Peltz breaking in for that ball to say, hey, great play, Delaney, but hey, let's communicate a little bit better next time on who's got that one. Near collision in front of the plate, but Savage hangs in there. 0-1 count now to Kylie Barnhart. She's the right fielder for Buckeye Trail. Next delivery is slapped down the right side, going to go foul, so it's now an 0-2 mark.
Yeah, Everett doing a good job here on facing her third batter, getting ahead on the hitter. That first batter, when she was missing inside, I think she was hitting her spot. Obviously, as a pitcher, you have to feel out the umpire as well to find out where their zone's going to be.
Savage's 0-2 is going to go outside in the left-handed batter's box. Probably a good waste pitch, good location.
Yeah, you never want to give them anything to barrel up, especially when you're 0-2 with the number 3 hitter in the lineup.
Next delivery from Everett is slapped up towards center field, and Reese Triplett, she's not going to get there in time, so it's the first base hit of the ball game for the Warriors. Kylie Barnhart does a nice piece of hitting and just sends it right into center field.
Yeah, it was a nice job. Obviously, that pitch was left out over the plate, and she did exactly what she needed to do, put the ball in play with 2 strikes. it just makes that that bunt situation loom a little larger, knowing that the runner on that play with 2 outs, if that runner would have been able to advance, likely would have scored on that base hit.
Next up, it's the first baseman, Morgan Watson, as the next pitch is going to go outside off the glove of Savage. So there goes Barnhart. She's going to advance on the pass ball. Savage, I think, was maybe thinking, Adam, about throwing down to first and didn't look the ball in all the way.
Yeah, it looked like it was just a quick move there, and obviously, what they always say, catch it first, then do what you're going to do.
That one skied by the second baseman. It's going to go up and caught for the Saints and Michaela Plants. So no harm, no foul with the 2 runners allowed on for T.C.C. On to the bottom of the first. Saints up to bat after this.
People are always asking, what is Cartoons? I hear that name on the radio all the time. Cartoons is a radio shop in New Philadelphia that specializes in tuning up your stereo system on anything you drive or ride. We tune up car tunes, truck tunes, boat tunes, motorcycle tunes, RV tunes, new and used vehicle tunes. We carry the best brands from Kenwood, Sony, Alpine, Pioneer, just to name a few. Cartoons also carries a full line of lighting accessories, backup camera systems, remote starts, or just need it installed? Give us a call. Cartoons on West High Avenue in New Philly. Be there.
Welcome back to T.C.C. Saints and Warriors into the bottom of the first. 1 hit, 1 walk in that half of the inning for Stella Everett, as some good defense there for the Saints gets the outs. On the mound again for Buckeye Trail, Abby Hoover. We saw her in relief work a few games ago against Conotton Valley. Leading things off will be Reese Triplett for T.C.C. When we saw her against Garaway, she was 1 for 3, a single for Triplett. And Adam, you mentioned, for Reese, kind of a return to softball for her.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know the whole story behind it, but I do know that she was running track last year at this time. Obviously, she does great things on the volleyball court and the basketball court, as many of these Saints players do. It's almost like she wants to, maybe just take advantage of playing one more season with her closest friends, because like I said, a lot of those girls, they all play volleyball together and they all play basketball together as well.
Well, I know TCC is not going to turn down that speed on the base paths that Triplett's going to present.
No, that's not you never can have too much speed in softball, that's for sure.
We've seen her make a couple nice plays out there in center field as well, and if she was missing last year and running track, to play center field, that's not an easy task to jump right back into.
No, absolutely not.
So Triplett, center fielder for the Saints, will step in. Hoover, she gets the call and readies for her first delivery of the ball game. That one's going to go on the outside part of the plate, strike number 1. Good location early on for Hoover. We'll see if she tries to stick it in there again or maybe go inside.
Yeah, that was a great spot there on that first pitch, right over the outside part of the plate.
Next delivery, Triplett gets under it and pops it up. It's going to be Hoover who comes off the pitcher's mound and makes the catch for out number 1.
Solid contact there. Just looked like she got a little out in front of that pitch. The Saints batters looks like they're going to have to sit back and, explode the contact. Don't let the pitcher determine your swing.
Shortstop, Jordan Caldwell. She'll step in now for her first at bat. She had a 1 for 3 day against Garaway as well with a single. First pitch she's going to see is going to go low outside. Next delivery from Hoover. That's going to be on the outside part of the plate, strike 1. Looks like she changed speeds there a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like her change up there to try to freeze the batter, which it did.
The 1-1. That one's going to go high, probably a touch outside, so it's a 2-1 in favor of Caldwell. Looking out there in the field, Adam, left center gap pretty wide open.
Yeah, and the outfield's playing somewhat shallow, too.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, knowing Jordan Caldwell, she has a lot of power, but as a two-hitter, a lot of teams wouldn't expect a lot of power out of the two-hitter. That's more your 3-4-5. They could be surprised.
3-1, that one's going to get fouled away, so Caldwell now has a full count.
I see a lot of coaches do that now, though. Because just what we saw happen to Reese Triplett, that ball fell in front of the outfield. So there's a lot of coaches, they prefer to just go middle of the outfield until they get beat. Until you have a reason to back up, you just stay at your normal position.
Full count delivery is going to go just outside ball number 4. So Jordan Caldwell represents the first base runner for the Saints. Stepping up now, third baseman Megan Peltz. You know, for Megan, we mentioned the left center gap being kind of open. I'm sure the Claxon crew, though, will say, just be careful where you're hitting it out there. That's actually where our camera is right now. Hopefully Coach Caldwell didn't say, hey, girls, aim for that.
Yeah, exactly.
First delivery from Hoover. That's going to be slapped to the first baseman, right into the hands over there for Watson. As bad luck for Peltz, almost got it over her head, but just couldn't do it. So now it's 2 outs quickly.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little over anxious too when you see, obviously, after you've seen the pitcher work a couple batters, and you know that she's been living around the plate. So sometimes instead of seeing a pitch, you jump over the first one, as Farrell does there.
Maddie Farrell jumps on the first pitch, but grounds out to Watson. On to the top of the second. Still no score here from T.C.C. Big Z Sports is back after this.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in Sugar Creek, Strasburg, and downtown New Philadelphia, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck.
Welcome back to the PAC Drilling Mobile Studios. Nick McWilliams, Adam Sweski. Top of the second inning. No score on the board. Both teams in that initial frame had a base runner on. Well, actually 2 base runners on for Buckeye Trail. One on a walk, one on a hit. Both were stranded. One was out, one was stranded, I should say. T.C.C. stranding one as well, as Everett back out on the mound for the Saints. Looking to make short work of the Buckeye Trail lineup again. You know, after that leadoff walk that she issued on just 4 pitches, Adam, kind of bailed out by her catcher, Delaney Savage, on a nice double play.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, the Warriors, they were doing exactly what most people would want to do in that situation, and that is you get your leadoff runner on. You're going to want to move her into scoring position with 3 and 4 coming up, but unfortunately it just didn't work out that way for them.
It's the 5 spot, the left fielder, Taylor Bardall. She'll step up.
Nice to see people. I mean, they're all around the field out here. It's just a beautiful night for a game.
Everett's ready now and will toe the rubber. Her first offering swung on and missed for Bardall. Both corners. Peltz hugging that third baseline down there. See if that's where Bardall might be placing it. Delivery from Everett's high.
Yeah, you typically shift your infielders and your outfielders based on what you expect from your, the pitcher-batter matchup. And Peltz definitely right on that. She's not going to allow anything to beat her down the line. And she's expecting her the batter to be out in front of the pitcher.
Everett went low on the next one. It was right down the pipe, but just below the knees. Next delivery, that one's going to go inside, and it will catch the zone for a 2-2.
Kind of a slow call there.
I delayed myself.
Yeah, I would say based off the first inning, I thought I actually thought that might be another ball.
Everett's next offering swung on and foul tip. Savage just couldn't quite hang on to it, so Bardall will stay alive. Tough play for a catcher to make sometimes, that ball that's screaming back into your glove, especially with the spin coming off the bat. Next delivery swung on and missed, as Everett will get her first punch out of the ballgame.
Yeah, nice pitch there. Got her to chase something a little high out of the zone, and she just wasn't able to catch up to it.
Third baseman Caden Starr steps in. Everett's first delivery is going to be a half-hearted swing from Starr, who got jammed a little bit there. 0-1.
You can see Everett's getting more comfortable with her pitch location. She's definitely attacking each batter the way she wants to, which is ultimately that's what any pitcher wants to do.
The 0-1 swung on and missed again. Starr behind that one and behind 0-2. Everett looking more and more confident with each pitch, as you mentioned, Adam.
Yeah, I expect something here out of the zone, maybe more towards the left batter's box.
Do we dial up the off speed is the question. Next delivery is popped up to the right side. Traveling over is Farrell, and she will make the catch in front of the dugout. Couldn't quite see that, so thank you, Adam.
Yeah, I was waiting to see Blue's reaction there, what the play was. Nice play there by Farrell to get the out.
Next up, it's the pitcher, Abby Hoover. Hoover struggled against Conotton Valley, had a couple of strikeouts. Should be wanting to produce a little bit more at the plate here as she's behind that pitch from Everett to an 0-1. Shortstop, second baseman, leaving it wide open up the middle. Next delivery is going to catch the inside part of the zone. Strike 2. Everett looking for a punch out in a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, that was a great spot there. She started outside and then came back in with that one and kind of froze the hitter.
The 0-2 swung on, fouled off the cage, so we'll do it again. Almost feels like cooling off a little bit.
It feels,
weather's going.
It feels great.
It's perfect softball weather now. The 0-2. That time punched over to the right side, and it's going to be a ground out there as Hoover is retired. 1-2-3 inning for T.C.C. Saints coming up to bat from the PAC Drilling mobile studio after this.
When struggles seem too tough, when sickness takes a hold, when cancer picks a fight, when baby's on its way, when life throws you a curveball, we've got you. With nearly 130 years in your backyard, Altman knows you and knows your community better than anyone. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family, and we want you to be the healthiest you can be. Altman, we are ready. We've got you.
Delaney Savage, the catcher for TCC, she'll be leading things off as we head to the bottom of the second. That last half of the inning for Buckeye Trail. Strikeout, foul out, or pop out, I should say, and a ground out. So good work for Everett to see if her offense can get her a couple of runs here into the second.
Yeah, like I said, I think they just need some more patience. And, I always told my girls, let's see a pitch. Especially your first at bat. Obviously, they haven't seen this pitcher yet this year. Go ahead and take one. At least see one pitch, and then, get into your batting routine.
First delivery is going to go high there from Hoover. I say, Adam, appreciate Savage's choice of walk-up music, little Enter Sandman, perfect for a catcher. Hoover's next offering. Savage going to get under it again. That one's going to be to the first baseman in Watson, who will put it away easily, out number 1.
It's a timing thing right now for the Saints. They're all making, good contact, but their timing is just off, and that's what's causing these off the end of the bat or late swings. It's all timing right now.
Michaela Plants, second baseman. She'll step in and watch strike number 1 as that had some good motion from Hoover come back in from the outside part of the plate. Next offering, that's going to be just a bit high. Nope, take it back, does catch.
It looked like it was some form of a drop ball. She just started it high. It actually it fell right into the strike zone. That was a nice pitch.
Plants behind 0-2, and she'll see the next one high outside. Waste pitch there for Hoover. Hoover ready now, and her next delivery is going to be punched to the right side and foul. Plants will stay alive.
Yeah, it was a good pitch location there, throwing it on the outside part of the plate. Plants looking to try to drive that pitch. You want to go to right field. You want to go with that pitch to be able to put the barrel on the ball.
Delivery, good eye for Plants that time as she held the bat back and puts the count even at 2-2.
Well, that's a tough one to lay off of. I thought I was waiting to see the arm go up in the air because that pitch was very, very close.
I think it might have been a tad low, but it's hard to tell from our angle. Plant sees the next one. That's in the left-handed batter's box, so now a full count.
Yeah, good job by Plants there to work it back full. Just trying to find whatever it takes to get on base here, whether it be a walk or a base hit.
Delivery, Plants puts it in play to the shortstop, who picks it up cleanly and delivers it across for out number 2. Smith with a nice play in the field.
That's one of those outs there that you can't be too upset with it. She did a good job squaring the ball up. That was a good hard hit ball. Unfortunately, it was right to the shortstop.
Just put the ball into play.
Yes.
Designated player Cassidy Green steps in. Now we got For Whom the Bell Tolls. It's the Metallica hour for T.C.C.
I like it.
Outside for Hoover. Green ahead 1-0.
Yeah, you can tell Hoover likes to stay on the outer half of the plate, which it's a good place to be, as that pitch right there is going to get. Yeah, I was going to say I thought that'd be called for a strike. That was a good spot.
Good spot, and if you don't know what's going there, very hard to put into play.
Yes.
The 1-1 swung on and missed for Green.
That's the biggest thing for a pitcher when you're able to move it around. So what Hoover's done there is she's thrown one that was way out, then she worked it back in, get the corner, get the called. So now the batter's looking outside. So what she do is she comes over the middle of the plate, but then goes high with the pitch.
1-2, and that's going to be just over the outstretched glove of Watson at first. So Green is on for the first base knock of the ball game for T.C.C. Tough. That would have been a tough play for Watson.
Yeah, just out of the reach there. That's one of those plays. The right fielder came crashing in pretty quick. I don't know. I think that if that ball was not touched, there could have been a play at first from right field.
Would have been a close one for sure. Also, Lowry over there at second couldn't quite reach it to try to deliver it on for the out. Next batter, Maria Miser, left fielder. She watches strike one. So base runner on here, bottom of the second inning, 2 outs. Deliveries high outside. Sure, Coach Caldwell with Green over there on first, and the first base coach as well telling her, don't get too far. We don't need to run ourselves out of this inning.
Exactly.
Delivery outside, probably a touch low.
Yeah, at least early on here in this game, base runners are hard to come by, so you don't want to take one out when you have them.
Next delivery from Hoover is going to be put into play to Lowry at second base, but she's going to bobble it and can't deliver it on to first in time. She throws it away. Base runner's going to advance as Green now will hold up at third, rounds and looks. But we've got runners at the corners for the Saints with Ella Norris stepping in.
Yeah, I call that no man's land for a first baseman because that's one of those balls that ultimately she probably should have let that one go through and allow your second baseman to make the play. But you can't penalize, you don't want to yell at a first baseman that's going after a ball because it just goes to show you that she's got she wants to do what's best, what she feels for the team.
Norris's next delivery. Sorry, take that back. Norris watches the first pitch. Norris is not simultaneously batting and pitching. That would be impressive.
That would be impressive.
Delivery high and inside as Norris ducks out of the way. Little brush back. Sure, coaches will give her a hard time now and say, you got to wear that next time.
Saints did have their runner advance, so now they have runners at second and third, 2 outs.
That was Miser who moved up. Next pitch, high outside. So a 3-0.
That's one thing in softball. It's not like baseball. Usually if you have a runner on third, 9 times out of 10, you can take second base, and there won't even be a throw.
The old catcher in me is saying, throw the ball. Delivery in or high and inside again. Ball 4, so Norris draws a 4-pitch walk. Bases are juiced, and we're back to the top of the lineup with Reese Triplett.
Yeah, things couldn't have worked out any better here for the Saints. The bases loaded with the top of the lineup up now. Now, again, Coach Caldwell wanting to tell his girls, just relax, see a pitch, find one to drive it to get a couple runs across.
Triplett, her first time up. She popped out. She drives that one to the left side, but foul. Only saw 2 pitches her first at bat. Wasn't wasting any time on the second at bat either.
No, not at all.
Triplett now will drive that one towards the right center gap. Center fielder shaving over. She can't get to it. Triplett's going to have extra bases. 1 run's in, 2 runs are in. Here comes the runner home. Triplett's going to hold up standing at third. 3-run triple for the center fielder for the Saints.
Yeah, what a nice piece of hitting there. Found the gap. The center fielder did a great job there closing. I thought she was going to be able to come up with, make a very, very difficult play. But unfortunately, it was just out of the reach of her glove.
I didn't know if Coach Caldwell was going to send Norris, but there was no even hesitation.
No, there was a little bobble when the right fielder came to pick up the ball, so I think he saw the opportunity there. It was going to take a very perfect sequence of throws to even make a play at home.
Caldwell in the box now. Her first time up, she drew that 5-pitch walk, and she's going to pop that one straight back. Metz will go over and can't quite make the play as the Buckeye Trail catcher just out of her glove.
Yeah, good hustle there. She popped out. I thought she was going to come up with that.
Need some equipment adjustments behind the plate now. She's thinking to herself, that's even worse. Now I didn't make the catch, and now I got to put my gear back on. One delivery. Swung on and missed. Caldwell took a mighty hack at that one.
Yeah, she was trying to hit it over the scoreboard out there.
Might have cleared the tree line if she got a hold of that one.
Yeah, that was a big cut.
1-2. Hoover high, almost inside. Good job by Metz behind the plate to grab it, prevent the pass ball. Not an extremely long backstop here at T.C.C., so not sure how willing they'd be to send runners.
No, you'd have to see how it's going to kick off the fence.
Delivery that time laced to the shortstop, but a nice glove over there for Smith. T.C.C. plates 3 runs, and they lead 3-0 heading on to the top of the third. It'll be the Warriors up to bat after this.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Back to the PAC Drilling Mobile Studio. Nick McWilliams, Adam Sweski bringing you some IVC softball action. T.C.C. hosting Buckeye Trail, another IVC softball action in our other live stream.
Yeah,
interesting score.
Yeah, Garaway leads Indian Valley 4-1 right now. That obviously another good game for the Pirates going on right now on the hill.
Big-time confidence boosters when you can pick up conference victories. Still plenty of game left.
Yeah, there's plenty. Yeah, both of these games. We're still very early on in both contests.
And a big thank you to the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency and Altman Hospital bringing you today's broadcast, as they'll be bringing us our live streams all season long. Next up for Buckeye Trail, Lowry, her first at bat.
Yeah, the Warriors now that the Saints scored 3 there in the bottom of the second, they're looking to try to get something started here. You don't want it to start getting too far out of reach. At least you try to chip away and get a run or two here for themselves here in the top of the third.
Everett's delivery, inside part of the zone, strike number 1, take it back, ball number 1. I jumped the gun.
I would say you kind of rolled with that call, and I'm like, I don't think this is going to be a strike.
I thought it was. You got a better angle than I do. I'm just going to look at you for confirmation, I think. Everett, next one is going to be laced up the middle. Lowry is going to have a base hit. Nice piece of hitting there, low inside. She took it right back up the middle.
Yeah, good way for the Warriors to start off the inning. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Samantha Jackson, the center fielder, now in for her first at bat of the day. Jackson, so close on that Reese Triplett triple that scored the 3 runs, just couldn't quite get it. She couldn't quite stretch her glove far enough as she's going to bunt it in front of the plate. Savage picks it up and delivers it on to first with ease, but the sacrifice works out for Lowry.
Yeah, that's how you do it. You lay the bunt down, you advance the runner, and then, now the Warriors, with only one out, have a runner in scoring position.
And the top of the lineup coming up. Smith steps back in. She drew a 4-pitch walk to start this game. Sure, Everett will not be looking for a repeat of that. That one's going to be lined to the second baseman, but caught. Nice play for the Saints by Plants, and there's a quick 2 outs.
Yeah, nice inside pitch there. Kind of jammed the hitter, and Plants made the nice play there, kind of a shoestring catch to get the second out.
And credit where credit is due. That sun is coming in right in her eyesight.
Yeah, yep.
Metz steps in. Outside, she sees the first pitch. Her first time up, she popped out to the catcher and Savage that set up that double play ball when they got Smith at first.
That's why it's never a bad idea, Ruffy, talking about the sun. It's never a bad idea to have a pair of sunglasses with you.
No. Fouled away for Metz, now to 1-1. Think back to playing baseball and forgetting my sunglasses and having to ask my dad from the stands if I could have his, so I had the, no offense to him, but the old man shades that I had to wear out there.
But it was, at least you could see the ball coming in.
Well, kind of. Everett's 1-1. That one is going to go outside, probably a tad low.
Yeah, good spot there, though. 1-1 count. Trying to get her to chase on the low and outside part of the plate, but the batter held.
Lowry, the runner on second. Metz looking to get her home, but now Lowry was going to move up on that potential pass ball for Savage, but she slid over and kept it in front of her enough to prevent the base runner moving up.
Yeah, nice play there by Delaney Savage, keeping it in front. Like you said, Nick, that kind of eliminates that runner being able to advance. As obvious as it looked, I just expected the runner to take off, but then Savage she just got that much closer to third.
I was going to say it helped where the bounce went. Everett's delivery, Metz kind of nubs that one off the end of the bat, and Peltz will have no problem putting it away from third. On to the bottom of the third inning. T.C.C. leads 3-0. We're back after this.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
Welcome back to TCC and the PAC Drilling Mobile Studio. Nick and Adam have you covered. Some softball action from Z Country. TCC leads 3-0 over Buckeye Trail. You know the old saying, Adam, you make a good play on defense. It's always good to keep that momentum rolling and lead off the inning, and that's exactly what Peltz is doing for the Saints.
Yeah, it's always a good feeling whenever you make the third out of the inning, and then you get to jump right into the batter's box.
Hoover back out there on the mound. Other than the blemishes from that second inning in which she had that bases-loaded triple for a triplet, she had been rolling for the most part. Been having a good game that far to that point.
She's definitely kept the Saints hitters guessing, not giving up a lot of solid contact. So, she's doing exactly what she needs to do.
Peltz now ready in the batter's box. Hoover ready for her first offering this inning, and she will see that one get laced down the right side as Peltz put a charge in it, just foul.
Yeah, did a good job there. That's what pitchers that throw off speed like Hoover is tonight. Peltz did a good job. You want to let that pitch come in as far as you possibly can. That way you're getting maximum power. And going to right field is not a bad thing against a pitcher like this.
0-1 from Hoover. Peltz gets under it, pops it up to the second baseman, who will put it away in Lowry, out number one.
Yeah, I got a little bit under that one. It's like I said, I commend Hoover for other than that, like you said, Nick, there was that one sequence there in the last inning for the Saints that the bottom three in the order got on, and Triplett comes up and executes and gets those 3 runs. Otherwise, she's thrown a very good game today.
Perfect storm for the Saints, so to speak, in that moment as Hoover's first delivery to Farrell. This at-bat is in there. Maddie Farrell, she only saw 1 pitch her first time up, ground out to the first baseman. Delivery from Hoover. Farrell's going to get her bat on it, but it's going to go foul. As was mentioned before, with Farrell missing some time, going to take a little bit of time for her probably to get the timing back down.
Yeah, a week or 2 doesn't sound like a long time, but in the game of softball, it equals out to being almost like a month. You got to get your game flow back.
Next delivery from Hoover goes high. That's like that for any sport. They say nothing can replace game repetitions.
No, absolutely not.
1-2. Farrell sees it high outside, so she gets it back to even at 2. Hoover offers, going to run low. So now we've got a full count as Farrell has battled back. Now ahead in the count. Hoover's next offering. Slap towards the first baseman and Watson, and it's past her. Farrell has a base knock in the bottom of the 3rd for the Saints.
Yeah, she did. Well, the ball's still alive there. Nobody's going after it.
Pass ball for the pitcher. Farrell's going to try to advance. She gets to second in time.
Good heads-ups watching the throw come through because it looked like a couple different Warriors players thought they were going to be taking that throw, and it hit the ground. And once it hits the ground, you never know what's going to happen.
For Farrell, too, there, even though she saw the third baseman eventually get the ball, she didn't hesitate, just kept on barreling to second. Savage steps back up to the plate. Popped out to the first baseman her first time up. Delivery, Savage under it towards the second baseman and Lowry. She'll shade back and make the catch for out number 2. Both of the times we've seen Savage get contact on the ball, just a bit under it.
Yeah. Yeah, not exactly. I'm sure what she wanted to see come out of that at bat, but now Michaela Plant steps in, and who hit the ball very hard last time, just right to the shortstop.
Swung on and missed as Plants was a touch behind that one. Looking to keep adding the numbers on the scoreboard for the Saints with the runner in scoring position. Delivery, Plants gets her bat on it, but goes right to Watson at first. On to the top of the 4th inning. Warriors coming up to the plate, down 3-0.
Planning your next vacation or home improvement project and worried about managing expenses? CSB can help with that. Setting a goal is the first step to achieving your vision, and CSB's Money Manager tool helps you get started. Whether you are recovering from Christmas spending or preparing to send kids to college, the Personal Financial Management tool helps you set goals, track your spending, and monitor your progress. Money Manager is available within CSB's online banking. Check it out today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC.
On to the 4th inning. T.C.C. back out on there on defense. For the Warriors, coming up to bat will be Barnhart. Her first time up. She got the first base knock of the ball game. Looking to replicate that, and it does look like we have a...
Yeah, got a pitching change here. Maddie Farrell's now on the mound for the Saints.
So Farrell steps in.
And if I'm not mistaken, it looks like Stella Everett's now going to play. It looks like she's going to go to first base.
That's what it looks like, yes.
And Cassidy Green she'll remain the obviously the DP. Stella just switched positions on the field.
And that would be under the assumption, Adam, then that, because correct me if I'm wrong on this, that Maddie would remain at the 4 spot.
Oh yeah, this doesn't change the lineup at all. This is just a defensive switch.
So we'll see what Farrell can do on the mound. Again, she missed some time to start this season. Trying to get her back in the swing of things. Running down for the Saints with Everett and her action on the mound to start things off. Only allowing a handful of hits. Really did a nice job with the Warriors. Even when they got runners on, she didn't panic and really seemed to manage the game well.
Yeah, Stella Everett did a great job again tonight, but this is one of those things, Coach Caldwell, 3-0 lead. The Warriors haven't really, up to this point, have not mounted much of an offensive attack. Knowing that Maddie Farrell's just coming back from being sick, this is her first game. This is a good opportunity for her to get some innings and try to knock that rust off.
So Barnhart steps in. Farrell's first delivery from the mound inside ball number 1. And you are right on that, Adam. It is Everett who is over there at first.
That's the beauty about softball, though. You can go right back to the other pitcher whenever you want.
Next delivery, Farrell swung on and missed. Barnhart couldn't make contact on that one. Almost looked like that tailed out of the zone from the little inside-outside action.
Yeah, they definitely, obviously they went righty here on the pitching move, but every pitcher's different. Every pitcher's release is different, so now the Warriors are going to have to pick up a completely different point of the ball.
Next delivery, outside corner, is going to catch the zone, strike 2. Good location for Farrell. Outfielders kind of that medium depth again, maybe just a touch closer to the fence than they are in the infield. Farrell's next delivery, swung on and missed. Punch out number 1 for Farrell in her relief work.
Yeah, she seemed to get pretty comfortable there with that first batter. Obviously the first pitch, not where she wanted it to go, but after that she was in complete control.
Watson back in for Buckeye Trail, popped out to the second baseman last time. Farrell's ready to start the next at bat, and her offering is going to get fouled off. Watson fouls it off of her own leg there, so she'll walk it off.
Yeah, that never feels good.
No, it does not. Doesn't matter if you hit the shoe either. It's still not going to feel very good.
No, not at all.
With the 0-1. Watson cranks that one to left center, and it's going to get down. A base hit for the Warriors here to start off the top of the 4th.
Yeah, Watson's did a good job there. She sat on that pitch and got the barrel through the ball. Good hard hit there by Watson.
Miser out there came busting in. Probably initially thought she might have been able to make a play on that ball, but it really seemed to lose gas once it left the infield.
Yeah, off the bat, I mean, it's tough. I've done some outfield. You've played some outfield. Off the bat, you think every ball you can catch it. And then you're like, oh, wait.
Even the ones 100 yards over your head? Yeah, no, I still got it. Bardall steps in. Offering from Farrell, going to be just a bit high. Interesting to see, too, with Farrell now getting her first action of the year on the mound. See how she reacts with a runner on the bases.
Yeah, the good thing for Maddie Farrell, being a senior, she's lived through this. She put a lot of time in on the mound last year for the Saints. So I'm pretty sure it's not the first time she's had a base runner on, but it's obviously the first time this year. And like you said, it's a 3-0 lead. It's not like the Saints are up 8-0 or 10-0. So, yeah, you definitely want to work out of this and limit the Warriors to the least amount of runs as possible.
Farrell missed on her second one. Try to battle back in this at-bat. Offering right down the pipe, strike 1. I didn't need confirmation on that one, Adam.
No, there's some pitches I think you probably feel pretty confident when you call the strike.
Wind seems to have died down quite a bit here as a 2-1 offering swung on and missed for Bardall. Flag not straight out into center anymore.
No, it was start of the game. It was really howling out to the like you said, you had referenced it out to center field. It was really moving. Now it's the flag's almost at a standstill. But what a beautiful night this is.
2-2. Swung on, popped back off the screen, so we'll do it again.
Yeah, it's weather like this. Obviously, I was excited when softball season started, but it's nights like this. This is where I really get anxious to get out there and go watch games and just be out. The outside weather. I think it's safe to say it's here.
Except for, we're still in the period where if we get any of these games that run really late, that's going to be fouled away from Bart Hall. If we get any of these games that run really late, it's still getting chilly at night. So
yeah, it is.
Watch out.
Yeah. Which, fortunately, that's more of a thing that I think that the baseball games run into more so than softball.
Mm-hmm.
Softball obviously rolls along a lot faster than baseball.
On the 2-2, Bardall swings and misses. Farrell gets her to chase high and out of the zone.
Yeah, good job there by Maddie Farrell to get her to chase that, to pick up the second out of the inning. And, that Warrior runner's still stranded at first base.
Starr steps in, popped out to the first baseman, first time up. Farrell ready now. She'll offer. Foul back for Starr. Not sure where that hit Savage back there behind the plate, but regardless of where it was, that doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it was definitely, I'm going to say down around the foot somewhere, because it definitely hit, it caught the dirt pretty quick after it hit her. But Maddie Farrell did a good job there working ahead now 0-1 on the hitter.
Delivery. It's going to be right down the middle of the plate, but just a bit low. Savage looking the runner over there, and Watson not wanting to throw the ball away and advance the runner and keep the inning alive. Next delivery from Farrell. Fouled back again, so we'll go to 1-2.
That was a good pitch there by Farrell on the outside part of the plate. It looks like the Warrior hitters tend to have they seem to be having more trouble with the pitches on the outer part of the plate.
The 1-2 is laced to the left side. Another base hit for Buckeye Trail. 2 runners on now in the top of the 4th.
Nick, that pitch there was not over the outer part of the plate. That was right down Main Street, and she did exactly what you got to do with it.
So now, stepping up to the plate, Hoover. Pitcher for the Warriors. Would love to chip away at that lead a little bit. Make her job a little bit easier on the mound.
Hoover get a base hit last time?
She did not.
No?
Ground out to the first baseman.
Okay.
Delivery from Farrell, swung on and missed. Just a good piece of hitting. So in both these at-bats, or both the hits this inning for Buckeye Trail, they just placed the balls perfectly.
Yeah, solid contact. I mean, those were, like you said, those were both very good hits, and they would probably love to see one more here because that would almost mean a run on the board.
Farrell, next offering, swung on and missed for Hoover, so she's behind 0-2. Hoover going to look to shorten up that swing a bit, just get the ball into play. Farrell sees that one get nubbed off the end of the bat, and we're going to have bases loaded as she's going to beat it to first.
No,
they're going to say she was out. I thought she had it.
Wow.
We're going to call her out, so Abby Hoover grounds out to end the inning. We'll go on to the bottom of the 4th. Big Z Sports is back after this.
I'm Dr. Michele Iona. At Advancing Athletics, our Fuel, Move, Recover philosophy can help anyone be their best. Here's what thriving looks like.
I'm an FMR athlete. I'm an FMR athlete.
I'm an FMR athlete.
From high school to aging well, no one will take care of you and your kids better than us.
Bottom of the 4th, Big Z Sports is back from the PAC Drilling Mobile Studio. Again, Again, a big thank you to our presenting sponsors for this ball game, Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, Altman Hospital, bringing you our streams all season long. As Adam, for all the fans watching, might want to go back and watch our live stream after the conclusion of this game. Close play at first.
Yeah, I don't know that Saints fans would want to go back and watch
maybe
that. Not. But the Warriors fans might have some interest in going back and watching that play, because I was waiting to see if there was going to be a
conversation, so to speak.
Well, no, if you notice the runner and the shortstop, Jordan Caldwell, they did contact there. So I wonder if that almost weighed into the umpire's decision on what the call was at first.
Hoover's delivery to start off the bottom of the fourth to Green, high and inside. It very well could have.
Not really that's the way that you're supposed
to
do it,
no.
but
6 one way, half a dozen the other.
Yeah.
Offering from Hoover. That time it's going to be tad high again.
That one looked pretty good. I was waiting to see the arm go up.
We keep jumping the gun. This is our fault at this point.
Yes, it is.
Hoover's delivery, outside part of the plate. Strike one. I still paused.
Yeah.
Green, her first time up. She got a single. Actually, the first single of the ball game, first base hit of the ball game for the Saints. She'll swing and miss to make it 2-2.
Yeah, Hoover, like I said, Hoover's thrown a very good game here, other than that one sequence where the bottom half of the bottom three hitters of the Saints order all got on base, and she gave up the triple to Reese Triplett. Other than that sequence, Hoover's thrown a very good game tonight.
Count runs full as the next offering was high. On the 3-2, and it will hit the helmet there of Green as she'll check in with the umpire there, make sure everything's all right, and jog down to first.
What every coach wants to see. She was laughing after she got hit in the noggin.
It's more, most of the helmets these days, pretty good stuff, so getting those hits is more just an instantaneous shock for a second.
Yeah. And if you recall, Nick, we've referenced it a few times, but this is where the Saints, the last time that the bottom three hitters came up, it seemed to be when things started going for the T.C.C. Saints.
It started right at the 7 spot with Green, who got on. Miser, she reached on an error by the second baseman last time. First pitch of the at-bat was out of the zone. Miser's next one fouled down to the right side, right in front of the Buckeye Trail dugout. T.C.C. looking to defend their home field, pick up another nice victory. Buckeye Trail, meanwhile, trying to keep that momentum going from their win over Shenandoah. Next pitch from Miser, outside, high. Offering from Hoover was probably a bit inside, but Miser offered, now at 2-2. That was a jam job, Adam. Couldn't get her hands shortened up enough.
Yeah, and it looked like it was actually up in the zone, too. So that was just one of those pitches you don't want to see the hitter go after. But obviously, she saw something in it that she liked.
Next offering, well outside. I think Hoover might have lost her grip on that one. On to a full count. Next offering is popped up to the right side for Miser, and it's going to be hauled in by Watson. Nice play by the first baseman for out number 1.
Yeah, she read that right off the bat, and because it didn't get that high into the air, so she that's one of those balls hit that if you don't see it right off the bat, you might not be able to make that play.
Norris back up to the plate. She was a walk her first time up. Watches that one go in, catch the zone.
Yeah, Coach Caldwell's just hoping to, he would love to have at least two runners on for Triplett again.
Offering. That time Hoover is going to just go a bit outside. So on to a 1-1. Norris, she was actually walked in 4 pitches her first time up. Next delivery, high. Now on to a 2-1. See how Hoover responds here. And also interesting to see if Coach Rowe for Buckeye Trail would consider maybe going to Gwen McElwain for the relief after we saw her start against Conotton Valley.
Yeah, now, do you recall, was she a righty?
She was a righty, if I'm not mistaken.
Because if that's, with that being the case.
That one's going to be driven up the middle for Norris as she hits into the fielder's choice as Green retired at second.
And now Norris, not really, she was safe, and then for whatever reason she rounded first base, and the first baseman for the Warriors knew the situation, went out and tagged her, turns into a double play.
Thank you for that, Adam, as I was marking down the the ground into double play. On to the top of the 5th inning. Saints still lead 3-0. Big Z Sports is back after this.
Do you have a low-slope roof that is leaking and causing problems? WM Commercial Roofing believes that finding an efficient, affordable solution shouldn't be a gamble. With over a decade of experience in the commercial roofing industry, we have the perfect solution for your low-slope roofing, whether it's for service or full replacement. WM Commercial Roofing you can trust. Check us out at wmcommercialroofing.com or call 330-275-0088. That's 330-275-0088.
Lowry will start the inning for Buckeye Trail, who trails 3-0 to T.C.C. Interesting sequence of events there to end the inning for the Saints. As teaching moment for Ellen Norris.
Yeah, you could
I don't
say
know if she thought maybe it was a pass ball. Or
it almost, the way she kind of nonchalantly went out into the field after she got through first base, I don't know if she thought that she was already out. If they maybe she thought they turned a double play, even though she beat it very, very easily. I'm sure that Coach Caldwell will probably have a conversation with her, and I'm sure he would love to hear her side of the story as to what happened.
It's when your coach tells you if the next time you get on base, you don't leave that base, even if I don't care how far out you are.
Yeah.
You stand there until the umpire tells you to leave the base.
Exactly. That's where the first base coach, obviously he's right there. He would have told her if he needed her to go to second, he would have been very vocal in telling her that.
Lowry steps in and offers at Farrell's first pitch, strike one. Here in the top of the 5th thus far, Adam. Only a handful of hits for Buckeye Trail. Take that back, 1 hit, 1 walk. As that one's going to go off of Farrell's leg right into the hands of the second baseman, and she'll deliver it on to first. As Farrell takes that one off the leg, it careens into the glove of Plants, who delivers it on to first, but Maddie looks okay.
Yeah, that was a solid shot. That's as a pitcher, those are the worst ones when they come right back up the middle. And it seems like, you see these nub shots, the ones that go off the end of the bat or they barely make contact. Every time a pitcher gets hit, it's almost guaranteed it's going to be solid contact, which that's exactly what that was. And the Warriors, they do have a couple of hits, Nick, because I remember that the one inning they had 2 balls that dropped into left field. So
it's 3. I couldn't read my own handwriting.
Okay.
3.
I was saying when you said 1, I'm like, no, that's not right.
No, I writing too small. 3 base hits so far for the Warriors. Thank you. As Coach Caldwell checks on his pitcher and Farrell. As she gives the, thumbs up over there to her dugout.
That's one of those plays I'd walk out and let her know that, hey, you got a souvenir from this game. Well, you won't see it until tomorrow morning, but you have a souvenir.
Assists in hockey, you get 2 assists per goal if it's an opportunity there. You don't really get the assists like that in softball.
No, but honestly, in the book, that goes 1, 4, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she did make contact with the ball.
Inadvertent, but yeah.
Yeah, it absolutely, it's a 1-4-3 putout.
It's an 0-1 to Jackson now. That one's going to be popped up to the right side, just over the head of Plants. So it's another base hit for Buckeye Trail. Make that 4 for the Warriors.
Look at that. See, you're on it now.
Back to the top of the lineup. Smith steps in.
The Warriors, they're hitting the ball. They're just, unfortunately, right now, they're not able to clump these hits together to be able to get into scoring position and get some runs across.
Smith, her first time up, she opened the game with a 4-pitch walk. Then she lined out her last time up, and she's going to put a charge into that one to left center field, and it is gone. A 2-run shot for the Warriors.
Wow, I don't think she could believe it. Look at her reaction right now. That's awesome. I'm guessing that may be
for the senior in Smith. I don't know if
we'd have to
maybe could have been a career first.
I was going to say we might have to do some checking, but that might be HR number 1 because that was a shot.
That was a no doubt shot to left center. What did I say earlier, Adam? Left center looks real good for a lot of these batters.
Good news is it was more in left.
Missed our camera.
The camera's still perfectly fine out there.
So now all of a sudden a whole different complexion of this ball game.
Yeah, now you went from that 3-run lead to now it's 1, and there's only 1 out here for the Warriors.
Smith absolutely putting a charge into that one. Makes her 1 for 2 on the day, pair of RBIs. It will be Metz who steps in and offers strike 1. You know, you mentioned with Farrell being the senior and having the pitching experience, not the first time she had runners on base, probably not the first time she's given up a long ball either.
No, I don't think so. I would say most pitchers have had that. They've had that happen a time or two.
There is really almost no worse feeling, though, just having to turn around and watch it go goodbye.
Yes.
Still a 3-2 lead for T.C.C. Buckeye Trail battling back. 1-1 count for Metz. Next offering, outside.
And the Warriors, obviously, they don't want to be done yet. They, obviously, with only 1 down here, second batter in the lineup up, they're thinking, hey, they might be able to get a couple more.
Delivery high for Farrell, so now she's behind 3-1. On deck will be Barnhart. She has a single and a strikeout. Metz would have to get on base, potentially give her the RBI opportunity, but she's off on that one. Now full. Farrell ready for the full count. Her offering is going to be lined back up the middle off of her glove, and Metz is going to make it to first as Maddie Farrell couldn't quite grab it.
That's one of those hits, Nick, that it was just out of her reach. And once the pitcher can't field that ball, especially when you have a hitter with some speed, there's a good chance the hitter will get on base.
We will have a courtesy runner come in for Metz. It will be Delaney Rowe. Delaney. Delaney Rowe, not the coach.
That would be awkward.
Yeah. That's Devaney, but I've somehow combined the two. I don't know how I did that. So it will be Barnhart back in. Umpire making the correct marks on his card.
Yeah, because you used to be able to sub in runners as a courtesy runner for your catcher and your pitcher. Now you have to make it's a true substitution. So you have to have girls on your bench to be able to sub for that to be the pinch runner.
That one pushed to the right side, trailing towards the foul line, and it will go foul as Plants was busting in on that one, just couldn't get to it in time.
Yeah, that ball there was almost in no man's land. I thought it was going to drop in.
Sometimes those are the hits you can do the most damage on. Is not sure where Rowe would have ended up if it did land in no man's land. Might be standing on third right now. The 0-1 is going to be low, dug out of the dirt by Savage. Farrell, the senior pitcher for T.C.C., trying to battle out of this inning after the 2-run blast for Emma Smith for the Warriors. Farrell offers, swung on and missed for Barnhart. Now 1-2. Correct me if I'm wrong, Adam, but it seemed like it was Everett who had a little bit more of the velocity, and Farrell seems to have maybe more movement.
Yeah, it looks like she's moving it more, so a little bit. She relies more on the side-to-side movement, It's again though it's worth mentioning again that this would be Maddie Farrell's first outing of the year, trying to get her some work. And then obviously they're with the weather getting better. A lot of these teams, they have a lot of games in a row, so you want to try to save innings. If you're limited on pitching, you don't want to have them expect girls to throw 7 innings every night.
Count is now full. Farrell went back to the same spot twice, couldn't quite get it in the zone. The 3-2. High outside, ball 4, and now 2 runners are on. Tying run will move up to second, leading run on first. Watson stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, not a situation the Saints really want to be in right here with only 1 out. And the 4-hitter up for the Warriors. Yeah, you definitely want to try to limit this the best you can.
Watson, she popped out her first at bat, then had a nice single to the left center side. Delivery. Watson cranks it down the left side, but it is going to go just foul past Peltz.
Boy, I'd like to see that one as well. Was it?
It almost looked like it hit in front of Peltz, but it had some crazy spin on it.
The thing is, though, she was actually there, and it fielded. It looked like it hit her when she was in play at the bag. One of those ones worth going back and look at. You can't. It's not like the call is going to get overturned. Just one I'd like to see again.
As far as I know, it did curve foul, but Adam, I trust your eyes better than mine sometimes. Next delivery to Watson goes to 1-1 now. Between innings, we'll try to pull that up and take a look.
Yeah.
Not that it matters. A moot point now.
It's one of those plays that it's not going to change anything, but it's just more for your own personal benefit, I guess.
Delivery from Farrell high to Watson, and it catches the top part of the zone, 1-2.
Actually, it's 2-1.
She fouled and then had a strike.
Well, maybe the board. I'm sorry, I was looking at the
board. I was asking more than anything. So a 2-2.
It's 2-2. Counts 2-2.
2-2 count.
Everybody's straight now.
We've got it now. Next one, Watson fouls it down the third base side. It's now on a 2-2, 1 out. Top of the 5th. Maddie Farrell really working hard to try to get out of this inning. It's Buckeye Trail looking to continue to do some damage. Farrell gets the call and readies her next offering. Swung on, popped up towards center field. Reese Triplett breaking in quickly, and she will make the catch for out number 2. Triplett read that all the way. Nice play for the center fielder.
Yeah, nice play there. And then the runner at second there for the Warriors, she broke off the bag and made it about halfway, and then realized Coach Rowe told her to get back. She had to tag up. I would have been interested to see. You're taught, especially with only 1 out, you're taught to be on the bag, especially with a routine fly ball like that, and at least force a throw to third base, because you may end up being able to get the bag.
Bardall puts it into play to the shortstop, and it's going to bounce off of her chest. So Bardall will reach on what we could probably potentially classify as an infield single, as Caldwell took the nasty hop. But
no, unfortunately, that would be an E6.
Yeah, I was getting there. Tough bounce for her. So now bases loaded as we head to Starr, who had a single last time up, also to that left side.
Yeah, that's where all the balls that they've been hitting, they've definitely haven't been late on them. They've been putting a good bat to it.
Farrell trying to work out of this jam. 2 outs, top of the 5th, as that will be lined down the left side, but it is going to hook foul past Peltz. Buckeye Trail putting that 2 up on the board thus far in this inning, thanks to an Emma Smith 2-run shot to the left side. that just seemed to keep carrying and carrying and carrying.
Yeah, she got a lot of bat on that thing. That was a shot.
Stars sees the next offering from Farrell, strike 2. So now Farrell just 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. The 0-2. Swung on, dribbled up to the pitcher. Farrell delivers it on easy to first, and the damage is stopped. T.C.C. still leads 3-2. On to the bottom of the 5th. Big Z Sports is back after this.
Country Club Rehabilitation Campus is a full continuum care facility located in Dover, Ohio. Their campus offers independent and assisted living apartments and suites, skilled nursing, 7 days a week rehabilitation, respiratory care, and long-term care. The Country Club campus provides excellent personalized treatment plans that meet or exceed their residents' outcomes and goals. If you are looking for a place to call home or just need short-term assistance, contact Country Club Rehabilitation Campus at Dover, 330-343-5568.
Welcome back to the PAC Drilling Mobile Studio. Nick McWilliams, Adam Sawieski. Bottom of the 5th inning, top of the lineup for the Saints. Triplett back up again. She represents all the runs thus far for TCC with that 3-run triple she logged in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, now seeing where the score is at now and where we're at in the game, look how important that base hit is now.
Major.
Yeah.
Huge. Triplett, she flew out her first time up, or popped out, then had that triple. Looking to get things started here for the Saints. Next offering from Hoover to start off this half of the inning is right down the pipe. On to the 0-1. Triplett, line shot over the infield. It's a base hit. Reese Triplett has a 2-hit day.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there. She was all over that pitch.
Caldwell steps back in. She walked her first time up. Then after that, I don't have it marked, but I think she ground out. Swings and misses on that one on the inside part of the zone. Hoover ready and delivers low outside, going to get away from Metzen. Triplett's going to cruise into second easily. She'll move up into scoring position. Reese Triplett, you blink and you miss her running.
Yeah, she's got that speed. It's not going to take much. She's one of those girls that if the ball hits in front of the catcher, once it hits the ground, she could steal a bag.
Next delivery. Strike 2 to Caldwell. Hoover's delivery outside, ball 2. Mets tried to frame it there. Even count of 2-2. Caldwell, golden opportunity to get a couple runs back. She'll foul that one away back towards the baseball field.
All over that pitch, just needs to let it travel in a little bit further. Whenever you see a foul ball go in that direction, she's just way out in front.
The offering, swung on and drilled down the left side, and it's going to go down the line, a base hit. Triplett's going to score easily. Caldwell's going to cruise into second with an RBI double. Beautiful piece of hitting for Caldwell, who could not have placed that one better down the third base line.
Yeah, big time there for a big hit for sure. I mean, that's, obviously with the Warriors coming back and closing within one to get some more insurance runs on the board right now for the Saints. That's exactly what the doctor ordered, and it's all done with no outs.
And a runner back in scoring position, and Peltz up at the plate. She has popped out twice. She's only actually seen 3 pitches thus far this game, so we'll see if Coach Caldwell told her to watch a few, but she won't have to as she'll drive it to right center. A base hit for Peltz. They're going to send Caldwell home, and she's going to score easily. An RBI single now for the third baseman. Another RBI for these Saints as just good situational hitting.
Yeah, absolutely. That's, obviously they turned the aggression up here a little bit more and doing what they need to do. Looks like we could see a pitching change here from the Warriors.
Coach Devaney Rowe is talking with her infield. Abby Hoover, the senior, she's given up a couple runs, obviously, this part of the inning, the 2 runs. She's given up the 3 earlier on the triple. But other than that, really has had an overall solid game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been in clumps, you know what I mean? And it's been the clumps have been just enough for the Saints to get the runs that they need to maintain that lead. But all in all, she's pitched a great game.
So it looks like Rowe is going to go with a pitching change here.
And I'll tell you what, Nick, this makes a good time. There's, the game's almost over. Top of the 7th inning out at Garraway. Garraway leads 6-4 over the Indian Valley Braves, and there's 2 outs. So the Braves are down to their last out.
The pitching substitution here, Hoover sits. Gwen McElwain comes in, the sophomore. We saw her start against Conotton Valley and had some success early on. So we'll see if she can have the same against the Saints as she warms up, Adam. And, it's interesting how these early season softball tilts go, because if you would have asked me before the game, and this is not a knock on either team, but I would have said I would imagine Indian Valley should be able to pick up that win against Garraway, but, it is away from home for the Braves, for the Braves, so Pirates seem to play well on their home field.
Yeah, they did, and they just secured that win, so the Pirates picked up the big win, 6-4 over the Braves. So that was but again, early in the year, you don't know what to expect. You don't know what the opponents have been. All we see are what scores are. We're doing, I think, as many possible games as we can, but you don't know, we can't do every game. So we're not everywhere.
We'd like to try.
We would like to try. Hey, we're doing 2 games at a time now, so at least we keep evolving to do more. But until these teams start having these matchups against the majority of their schedule, you don't really know what to expect. And that was a good win there for the Pirates at home.
So Gwen McElwain steps up to the mound, I should say. Tough spot for her. Her team trails by 3, runner on, no outs. Farrell offers at the first one and fouls it away. Farrell thus far in this one, a ground out and a single.
And now this changes everything for the Saints batters, because you got to think for the first 5 innings they've been focused on a left-handed release. Now they have to change completely to a right-handed release, which is completely different.
That one slapped to the right side for Farrell. It's under the glove of the second baseman Lowry, and advancing to third is the runner for T.C.C., and Farrell with the heads-up base running will go to second.
Yeah, nice, good solid contact. Unfortunately, that was hit right to the second baseman. You got to be able to make those plays, especially late in the ball game with it, because you don't want this to spiral out of control.
I got to say again, with that sun setting now, still in the eyes of the second baseman, you can see her right now having to shield her eyes.
Yeah, and
it makes it difficult.
Yeah, now even the shortstop is doing the same thing. This is where, again, for any softball players that are watching this or going to watch this, it's always a good idea to have a pair of sunglasses in your bag.
Strike 2, Savage. Catcher for the Saints, 0 for 2 today, 2 pop-outs. For Savage, just having a hard time getting a lot of the contact on the meat of the bat. As that time, she will push it up to the pitcher, and it's going to be a play at home, and it's not going to be in time. Sliding in safely will be Peltz, as the throw was wide for McElwain.
Yeah, unfortunately, that play it turned very, very difficult there for the Warriors, because the ball was fielded cleanly, and I think a good throw. I think they have the Saints runner, dead to rights there at home plate, but unfortunately the throw sailed.
The E1 for the pitcher on the throw keeps the inning alive for the Saints. Well, still, actually, take that back. Still no outs on the Saints, I should say. Now leading 6-2, still 2 runners in scoring position. Plants offers at the first one, strike 1. For Buckeye Trail, tough situation, Adam. You feel a little rattled, make a mistake or two in an inning, and sometimes it all just seems to snowball.
Yeah, and that's where, we're going to keep referencing it because nothing's changed. It's still early in the year, and Coach Rowe, obviously you want to get out of this, but, if ultimately, if you're unable to come back from this game, this is a good building block for them because they were in this game. It was they were able to draw into make it a 1-run game, but even for the bulk of it, it was 3-0. I mean, and they were the ones hitting the ball more consistently. So there was a lot of good things that have came out of this thus far for the Warriors.
Plants fouls it to the right side, even 2-2 count upcoming. Ground out and pop out for her. Would love an RBI in this opportunity here. Delivery from McElwain, put into play to the shortstop. Runners will stay, and now going to advance is Farrell. She's going to go home, and now she's caught in a rundown. Farrell going to go to third, and it's overthrown by Metz. Farrell's going to score. Here comes Savage, and she's going to score as well. 2 runs on the overthrow for the Buckeye Trail catcher.
Yeah, that situation went to right where you want them to the worst possible outcome because they got the out, they looked her back, they made the throw to home like you're supposed to, and then 2 runners scored because of the overthrow.
Plants does get retired. It will be the designated player in green stepping back in again. She'll put a crank into that one right center, and it is going to be, in between the 2 players and a hard collision out there as we're going to have time called. Green still running, but the ball will come in, and Green will stay at third after the hard collision between the right fielder and center fielder, both now sitting up. And we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout and return. Big Z Sports is back after this.
Powered by Purpose at Kent State University, Tuscarawas. Kent State Tusk offers over 30 bachelor's and associate degrees. We have over a dozen athletic programs, including basketball and volleyball. Student life is diverse with over 20 extracurricular student clubs. Our nursing and technology programs are some of the most sought after in the area. Staying local is the most cost-effective way of obtaining your degree. Define your own success. Powered by Purpose at Kent State University, Tuscarawas.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. The past 30 years, the residents in and around the Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff of McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of those communities, there is nothing better than high school sports. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty, 330-364-SOLD, or find us online at McInturfRealty.net.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Kime, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Kime Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
TMK, service with a personal touch. We're your local guys for all your propane needs. You can count on us. We take pride in what we do and in serving you. TMK is a name you trust. All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop in to the Niedenthal facility on North Wooster Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
People are always asking, what is Cartoons? I hear that name on the radio all the time. Cartoons is a radio shop in New Philadelphia that specializes in tuning up your stereo system on anything you drive or ride. We tune up car tunes, truck tunes, boat tunes, motorcycle tunes, RV tunes, new and used vehicle tunes. We carry the best brands from Kenwood, Sony, Alpine, Pioneer, just to name a few. Cartoons also carries a full line of lighting accessories, backup camera systems, remote starts, or just need it installed? Give us a call. Cartoons on West High Avenue in New Philly. Be there.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in Sugar Creek, Strasburg, and downtown New Philadelphia, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck.
Welcome back to T.C.C. Junior Senior High School. Big Z Sports here as the Saints lead the Warriors 8-2, and scary moment there for the center fielder and right fielder for Buckeye Trail on the collision. Kylie Barnhart and Samantha Jackson collide. Both did ultimately get up, but rode the Gator off the field and getting checked out by the athletic trainers here. So some substitutions coming in for the Warriors. Good to see both of them get up, and big credit to the T.C.C. athletic training staff. They're right, Johnny, on the spot.
Yeah, those two players, they were 100% effort for that ball, and it's not. I wish I could say that's the first time I've seen that, but both players were able to ultimately. It just took. Obviously, you don't want to rush that. You just kind of let the players go at their own pace. Both were able to get up, and get onto the cart, and then come into the locker room area here to get further evaluated, but all indications are pointing that they are in good shape, and the Warriors have made their substitutions, and play will go on.
So we'll have to see how that affects the batting lineup, obviously, but the changes that I have written down, I think I have these right. Delaney Rowe will be in center field, the sophomore. In right, Andolyn Lowry will actually go from second out to right field, and at second coming in will be the junior Allison Johnston.
Yeah, so the 2 new players will actually enter the batting lineup in those 2 spots.
Delivery there for McElwain. Doesn't quite hit the zone. It's Abby Hoover who is in. Take that back as I turn it over. Maria Miser, should say. Boy, that got confusing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't know. I wasn't sure where you were going with that, and then I realized.
I was still trying to write in for Buckeye Trail subs.
Figure out the subs, yeah.
So Miser at 1-1. McElwain delivers that one. The dribbler in front of the plate. Miser's going to hustle down to first and will make it. Runners stay at the corners now.
That's what I like to call the hardest play in softball to defend. That is the swinging bunt.
Ellen Norris back in, the right fielder. For both these teams, obviously for Buckeye Trail, senior teammates have to go off the field after that is tough, but it's also tough on the Saints. You watch something like that, and all of a sudden you think to yourself, like, yeah, we're happy we're leading, but how can we be that much into the game now?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it makes it, obviously it's a little bit more difficult.
Norris swings and misses, and there goes Miser. She'll advance.
The Saints coaching staff, they did a good job there on that play of the collision because, some people may wonder, well, why didn't she keep running?
No.
You don't. That's just not what you do. It's just the right thing to do to stop your runner once you realize what has taken place.
Butt attempt for Norris. She'll foul it back. Yeah, Coach Justin Caldwell, I think, realized what was going on, put the brakes on quickly there for his base runner in green. So the runners both in scoring position, Green and Miser. Norris, she had a walk and a ground out. That one put into play past the pitcher to the shortstop for Buckeye Trail. Delivered across the diamond. Close play at first, but they'll say she got her. Ellen Norris is retired on that ground out. Good play over there for Smith.
Yeah, good play by Smith. And Norris, yeah, she can get down the line pretty quick. That was, hitting the ball to the shortstop, you don't have a whole lot of time to waste to try to get her out.
Well, probably the last person at the plate that the Warriors want to see, Reese Triplett. 3 RBIs for her, pair of hits. She came around to score her last time up as well.
Oh, boy.
She'll crank that one left, but way out of play.
Maybe a little over-anxious there, Nick? I mean, she's obviously hit the ball well all night.
We're going to go with that. It could have been. Delivery from McElwain. Triplett puts a drive into that one down the left side, and it's going to be in play. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs come in. Triplett hustles into second. And now guess what, Adam?
She needs one more at bat.
She's a home run shy of the cycle.
Yeah, she needs one more at bat.
Miser, Green both come around to score. You think it's a pretty good game for Triplett? 5 RBIs, single, double, triple?
Yeah, I'd say that she's probably going to leave here with a smile on her face.
Up at the plate, Caldwell. She'll pop it up. Smith puts it away from the shortstop position, and that will do it for a big 5th inning for the Saints. They now lead 10-2 on to the 6th inning. Big Z Sports is back after this.
When struggles seem too tough, when sickness takes a hold, when cancer picks a fight, when baby's on its way, when life throws you a curveball, we've got you. With nearly 130 years in your backyard, Altman knows you and knows your community better than anyone. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family, and we want you to be the healthiest you can be. Altman, we are ready. We've got you.
Welcome back to the PAC Drilling Mobile Studio. Our presentation today brought to you by the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency and Altman Hospital. T.C.C. rolled in that last inning, gets the 10-2 lead. As for Buckeye Trail, unfortunately for them, the collision between the two players kind of almost feels like it sucked the life a little bit for the Warriors out of their dugout, but we'll see how they respond for their teammates. It's both Kylie Barnhart and Samantha Jackson who left the field. Hopefully we get an update after the game from Coach Rowe.
Yeah, and
do we have a pitching change again?
Yeah, Stella Everett's back in, so they got Maddie Farrell a little bit of work, which is probably all Coach Caldwell was trying to do. And now going back to the starter, Stella Everett. So you could call that some middle relief work, I guess, for Farrell.
Something like that. For Everett, we had mentioned early in the broadcast, Adam, she really had some good success.
Absolutely.
And, outside of a hit here or there, she was really rolling, so we'll see if it's almost like she's starting and closing the game in a weird way.
Yeah, and I think she will get the win because she left with the lead, and then ultimately she would throw 4 innings in the win, so I believe that she would still get credited for the win.
Delivery from Everett, swung on and missed for McElwain, who's in the game now in the 7 spot. Next delivery from Everett, swung on and missed again.
Doing a good job there, staying on the outside part of the plate, which is where the Warriors hitters tonight, that's where they've struggled making contact when the ball's keeping it on the outer half of the plate.
0-2, swung on, popped up. It will be caught by Caldwell, who races in. Nice play there for the Saints.
Yeah, nice. And then, 2 outside pitches, then jammed her in on the hands to cause that routine fly ball. I will mention, Everett, it looked like she had a hard time picking that ball up off the bat because of the sun. So, obviously, that sun is going to be an issue here for, when it's like this for home games for the Saints.
Well, maybe for the Saints, we'll say that they're going to get a big blinder down the left third base line.
After seeing this press box, I wouldn't put it past them.
0-1 now to Lowry, who went from second base out to right field. Delivery, inside part of the zone. Not going to quite catch the corner, now 1-1.
Yeah, Everett's doing a good job again. Like I said, I've mentioned it several times, but working inside and out, keeping the batter guessing.
That's not a simple task either, though. Talking about, I probably should, but I don't know the specific width of a plate. But when you think about how difficult it is to hit both of those corners from that far away,
yeah,
while throwing with velocity and movement, A lot of credit to these pitchers as that one's going to be fouled right back up over our heads. And FUD on the way.
Yeah, right on the brand new roof.
Yeah, and you know they're saying, we just got this thing in. What are you doing? 2-2 now the count for Lowry. Everett, ready, offers, swung on, put into play. Charging from her third base position as Peltz delivered across the diamond for out number 2. And quite the cannon for Megan Peltz.
Yeah, nice play there by Peltz. That's one of those. It's a little bit harder than a swinging bunt, but not much. And that's one of those quick plays. By the time you get there to field the ball, you don't have time. You don't have a lot of time to waste.
So Allison Johnston is the batter in the 9 spot. After she came in to play second base. If you're wondering why I'm almost narrating that, it's because I'm writing it into the scorebook as I'm saying it. Delivery. Misses the zone. 1-1. Johnston, we did not get a chance to see against Connaughton Valley. She's looking to put some momentum on her team's side, but she's now behind 1-2. Again, a big thank you to T.C.C. for their hospitality. What a beautiful facility they've got going on here in Saints Country. Next delivery out of the zone to Johnston.
Yeah, very nice. I mean, it's, one thing I noticed from last year, whenever there was, whenever there was, those wet days when it was questionable if there was games going to be played, one of the main areas here was actually not so much the field, but closer to the dugouts. Now look what's there. There's turf.
Yeah.
So it kind of eliminates the problem.
Swung on and missed for Johnston, out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. T.C.C. up to bat, leading by 8.
When struggles seem too tough, when sickness takes a hold, when cancer picks a fight, when baby's on its way, when life throws you a curveball, we've got you. With nearly 130 years in your backyard, Altman knows you and knows your community better than anyone. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family, and we want you to be the healthiest you can be. Altman, we are ready. We've got you.
Back to New Philadelphia and the PAC Drilling Mobile Studio. T.C.C. leads 10-2. Looking for a few more runs here and keep this game going for them and potentially walk out of here a little bit earlier, Adam.
Yeah, I don't. I get so mixed up because whenever you play in the summer, the rules for to end games early, it's always different. It's different. High school and travel ball are different mercy rules.
Mm-hmm.
I do know it's 15 after 4. That's after that, and I think it's 10 after 5. I'm sorry, 15 after 5. 10 after 6, if I'm not mistaken. So if that is the case,
I'm going to take your word for it.
If the Saints would score 2, I believe that would be. But like I said, I'm not. My confidence on that is very, very low.
Peltz in for the Saints. She watched ball number 1. She'll now watch ball number 2 from McElwain. So far in this game, Peltz 2 pop-outs, but also had an RBI single as a part of that monster 5th inning for the Saints. Delivery from McElwain, high. Take that back. It will catch the outside part of the zone.
Why not finish the game the way we started it, right?
Yeah.
Guessing. The guesswork is on.
Look, man, I was a catcher. You better believe I think I know what a ball and I know what a strike is. Next one, Peltz fouls back 2-2. No matter what the call is, Adam, the umpire's wrong. Just that's the rule of thumb I always went with. So on the 2-2 delivery, and that's going to be put into play by Peltz just over the outstretched glove of the shortstop in Smith. As she'll go down hard, but hop back up. Good effort for Smith. Just couldn't get to it.
Very good effort there by Smith. That was a good pitch there because that fisted Peltz, and she did everything she could to muscle that over the shortstop. But ultimately it's the Saints' first base runner.
Farrell steps back in from the 4 spot. She'll put that one into play over the second baseman's head, and here goes Pelt. She's going to round and go to third. Nice throw from right, and it is going to be not in time as Farrell will step up into second. That was one heck of a throw for Lowry out there in right.
It's almost like I'm down there. I can almost tell you word for word what Coach Caldwell is saying right now.
Why didn't you slide?
You need to slide. Because that was a lot closer than I think anybody anticipated. That was an awesome throw from right field.
Whew. Cannon. Savage back in. She is 0 for 3. Well, 0 for 2. I take that back. Reached on an error her last time up. Did come around to score. First pitch is going to be on the outside corner, strike 1. Just judging by the mannerisms of Coach Caldwell over there, I think you were right on the money there.
Yeah, because that's, again, early in the season, it's things you don't want to turn into things that happen frequently.
Don't want them to be habits.
Yeah, you don't want them to be habits. So that's something he would probably, I'm sure he's going to want to nip that in the butt. Because obviously we mentioned it earlier, Strasburg is tomorrow's opponent and things like that you can't do.
Next offering is going to be just a tad bit outside again, so now 2-1. Close misses for Mikkel Wayne on those outside edges.
Yeah, she's keeping it close. It's just obviously trying to find that right spot to get the call.
The 2-1 inside, and that was going to Savage was going to wear that, but she went around and fouled it off of her own team's dugout.
Yeah, she hit it before it hit her.
Yeah. Defensive batting. I'm sure Coach Caldwell, though, is saying, okay, I'm impressed, but don't do that again.
Yeah, there was no way that was not going to hit her.
2-2. Savage puts it in play. Center field, drifting back. Smith will make the basket catch, and here comes Peltz home, and she'll make it easily as it's a sacrifice fly for Savage.
Score now is 11-2. Bottom of the 6th, there's one out for the Saints.
Plants back in for the Saints. Farrell did stay at second. Mikkel Wayne rocks, fires, swung on and missed for Plants. Plants still looking for her first base knock of the game. For the 0-1. Plants puts it in play up the middle. It's going to be a base hit for her, and they are going to send Farrell home. Here's the throw to second, not in time. And that will do it for the ball game, if I'm not mistaken, Adam, shouldn't it?
Yep, that will do it.
So Plants with the RBI single, her first hit of the ball game, comes at a good time. Farrell comes around to score from second. T.C.C. picks up the 12-2 victory here over Buckeye Trail. Big Z Sports will be back for our post-game show and our McInturf Realty Player of the Game presentation after this.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
Planning your next vacation or home improvement project and worried about managing expenses? CSB can help with that. Setting a goal is the first step to achieving your vision, and CSB's Money Manager tool helps you get started. Whether you are recovering from Christmas spending or preparing to send kids to college, the Personal Financial Management tool helps you set goals, track your spending, and monitor your progress. Money Manager is available within CSB's online banking. Check it out today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Dr. Michele Iona. At Advancing Athletics, our Fuel, Move, Recover philosophy can help anyone be their best. Here's what thriving looks like.
I'm an FMR athlete. I'm an FMR athlete.
I'm an FMR athlete.
From high school to aging well, no one will take care of you and your kids better than us.
Is your commercial roof leaking and causing damage, but you can't afford to fully replace your roof? WM Commercial Roofing believes in finding solutions that will work best to fit both your budget and your needs. We customize repair and maintenance plans that will fix your roof leaks and extend the life of your roof so that you can have peace of mind. WM Commercial Roofing. Commercial roofing you can trust. Check us out at wmcommercialroofing.com or call 330-275-0088. That's 330-275-0088.
Country Club Rehabilitation Campus is a full continuum care facility located in Dover, Ohio. Their campus offers independent and assisted living apartments and suites, skilled nursing, 7 days a week rehabilitation, respiratory care, and long-term care. The Country Club campus provides excellent personalized treatment plans that meet or exceed their residents' outcomes and goals. If you are looking for a place to call home or just need short-term assistance, contact Country Club Rehabilitation Campus at Dover, 330-343-5568.
Powered by Purpose at Kent State University, Tuscarawas. Kent State Tusk offers over 30 bachelor's and associate degrees. We have over a dozen athletic programs, including basketball and volleyball. Student life is diverse with over 20 extracurricular student clubs. Our nursing and technology programs are some of the most sought after in the area. Staying local is the most cost-effective way of obtaining your degree. Define your own success. Powered by Purpose at Kent State University, Tuscarawas.
Welcome into the Kind post-game show. T.C.C. picks up the 12-2 victory over Buckeye Trail. Now time for our presentation of our McInturf Realty Player of the Game. And I'll have to let everybody know that Adam Soweski didn't really give me a vote on this, but I think we would have been voting the same one. He just left and said, I'm going to go grab her. I think we know who it is. It's the senior center fielder, Reese Triplett, for the TCC Saints. 3 for 4 today, a single, a double, a triple, 5 RBIs. Now, Reese, I do have to ask, how badly did you want one more at bat maybe to try to go for the cycle?
Pretty bad. I was pretty upset when the game was over, so.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Adam and I have talked about this a little bit. I think we did for the Garraway matchup we did with you guys. You actually didn't play softball last year.
I haven't played all of my high school years.
So
I just picked it back up for my senior year.
You just picked it back up. In a handful of games, you're almost hitting for the cycle, so it has to be a great feeling.
Yeah, I love it.
Now, those 5 big RBIs as well, some nice plays out there in center field. Coming back to the game then for your senior year, tell me how it's been thus far. How much fun are you having?
I'm having a blast. I kind of wish I would have picked up on it and played it through my high school years, but I'm happy that I went back out my senior year with my friends, and hopefully we have a good year.
And finally for you, tell me how the Saints are feeling now. Obviously, a big win like this on your home field has to feel good and give you a lot of momentum.
Yeah, we're super excited to keep it rolling. Hopefully we can get a streak going.
All right, perfect. Well, our McInturf Realty Player of the Game, center fielder for the Saints, the senior, Reese Triplett, 5 RBIs, 3 for 4 today. Congratulations, Reese.
Thank you.
As that will pretty much summarize today's broadcast of high school softball. Of course, brought to you by the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency and Altman Hospital. Nick McWilliams, Adam Soweski going to go ahead and step away now. We will be back at a diamond near you coming up soon. Good night, Z Country.
Thanks for listening to Big Z Sports. Tonight's game was presented by the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, Altman Hospital, Wood Electric, Advancing Athletics, PAC Drilling, the Commercial and Savings Banks, W&M Commercial Roofing, Country Club Retirement Campus, Kent State Tuscarawas, and McInturf Realty. Follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter @Big_Z Sports, and on Instagram. For the best coverage of high school sports, there is only one Big Z Sports.